Hello and welcome to Blythe Ray Business News. I'm joined today by Tim Harrison. Tim's the Managing Director of Ionic Rare Earths. Ionic is listed on the Australian exchange, the ASX, with the symbol of IXR. The company is developing a rare earths project in Uganda. Tim, welcome back on the program. Since we last spoke, you've been demonstrating the scale of this Makutu project which you have, and it continues to grow. You've reported a 70% increase in the resource, and you've also updated your exploration target. I saw in the release you described it as having immense potential. Immense. So tell us a bit more about Makutu and what you're now thinking.
Hi, Tim. Yeah, look, we announced a fantastic mineral resource estimate update back at the start of May. 70% increase in the total scale or the total size of the resource. The indicated component increased by over 500%. So that's going to lay a great foundation for us for the feasibility study, which we're aiming on completing later this year, which goes into the mining license application. Beyond that, we have updated the exploration target. So potentially the ability to double the resource again, with a large exploration target out to the east. Identified the potential continuity of the clay that stretches now 37 kilometres long end to end. So it's a very large, very shallow deposit. And then furthermore, up to the northwest, we've identified a new zone, a new province. And so we're doing some field reconnaissance now, exploration work. We'll mobilise a drill rig later this year, and we'll start to do some reconnaissance drilling, scout drilling, to just identify how much potential there is up to the northwest again. So, a tremendously large deposit, a very large, long life mineralised system at Makutu.
So, huge deposit down there, hopefully in Uganda. Rare earths, we should have said, and we're all getting aware now of the importance of rare earths for things like magnets and the whole EV revolution. I want to drag you a little bit, though, away from the exploration in Uganda, and for UK viewers, somewhat nearer home, because you've also completed the purchase recently of Seren Technology. Now, for those of us who might not know what Seren does, Seren Tech, how does it fit into Ionic? How does it fit into the concept of this circular economy?
Yeah, so back in April, we finalised the acquisition of Seren Technologies. They have been commercialising a technology that's been spun out of Queen's University, Belfast. So we've acquired Seren with a view to complementing our plans of going downstream, becoming more vertically integrated into these new supply chains that we're seeing emerge across Europe and North America. Their technology differs from, I suppose, some of the other technologies that have been developed in the magnet recycling space, in that it's agnostic on magnet quality. It can take varying magnet feedstocks to be able to hydrometallurgically extract the individual rare earth content. So the individual rare earth elements being neodymium, praseodymium, dysprosium, and terbium. Extract that from the material such that we can then separate and refine them into high purity oxides. So it's a unique technology. It's at the cutting edge of being able to supply inventories of separated rare earths from these waste materials. The vertical integration, circular economy of being able to return spent rare earth products back into new supply chains.
Just give us a bit of background, Tim, on the strategy here, because in years gone by, we would have called Ionic a mining company. But here you are, now you've got this deposit in Uganda. You've got a strategy now for extracting rare earths, but also recycling them as well. So perhaps no longer a pure play mining company. Just walk us through how this approach, this dual track approach, elevates the business.
Yeah, so we see Ionic Rare Earths moving away from being a mining company to being more of a technology metals play in the future. We see a fantastic asset at Makutu that's rich in magnet and heavy rare earths. our strategy of going downstream to separate the mixed rare earth carbonate product that we're aiming to produce from Makuutu into the separated rare earth oxides that can then be developed into value-added components, whether that be magnets or alloys or other rare earth compounds that go into a significantly increased value add. So the ability to then bring in the magnet recycling capability enables us to work with end users, partners, in whether that be the EV supply chain or offshore wind turbines, to provide a true partnership in being able to supply them the magnets they need and the magnet rare earths they need, but to then also be able to recycle their spent materials back into the new magnets that they'll need tomorrow.
I think we're all beginning to wake up to the scale of the demand for critical minerals, be they lithium, nickel, graphite, or indeed rare earths. And there's been some funds set up now deliberately to invest in critical minerals. But I think I know what the answer to this one's going to be. But from where you sit, are we doing enough? Are we doing it quickly enough? Are there enough funds? Is there enough capital for investment?
I think the big challenge is actually finding the quality resources, the quality projects, and the supply chain in itself. So as far as, whether or not there's enough investment, I think the investment will naturally follow the quality assets. That's where we see ourselves as being a key differentiator, producing the magnet and heavy rare earths the world needs. Typically, these are materials that can only be sourced from southern China and Myanmar. So we see ourselves being in a very unique position to take advantage of increased demand for magnet rare earths. And then zeroing in a little bit further, it's the dysprosium and terbium. These are heavy rare earth magnets, rare earth elements that typically only come from ionic adsorption clays. So again, it's a great position for Ionic to look at leveraging our unique product, our unique offering into those new supply chains that need to be built.
Well, Tim, thanks for that update. Good to see you. Please come back and keep us informed of progress. That was Tim Harrison, Managing Director of Ionic Rare Earths. As I said at the top of the segment, Ionic listed in Australia on the ASX with a symbol of IXR. That's it from Blythe Ray News for this edition. Thanks for watching.